self-importance. Funny term, isn't it? Especially for all of those of us who believe that everyone is important. This is a fundamental truth for me, and I'm sure many other people, anyone who this message will resonate with, will surely agree. Whether you define it exactly that way or not, believe in some way that everyone's life has value, significance, that people can do great things, and even further more that their value goes beyond what they do, what we do. Even if I don't achieve great things, I am still a person of value. I'm still important. So, this comes back around to this idea of self-importance. It's what comes up when we stand firmly for what we believe in, when we are pushing to look out for ourselves or our goals. At times when it shows that we are very passionate or even very strong-willed about getting something done, that I have to push through and get this done. My part to contribute to something is important. Whether it is on a team or in a company or out in the world, whatever we are trying to contribute on any level, from our household to, again, the world, right? So, my thought on this is that it's just the peculiarity of making it out to be a bad thing. Maybe the problem is a little bit with terms like self-importance. This is where maybe the language is getting in our way, right? That it means that, without us, everything will fall apart. We're important, and that could certainly be a very ostentatious kind of thing to believe about oneself. But the idea that everyone has something to contribute that can make a big difference and really turn certain things around, that's to say that in a household, if you have parents who are struggling to get by, and one kid is coming of age to work and gets terribly sick, some kind of chronic illness that keeps them from working. It's they were very important. And then again, on a larger scale, I think, we might have millions of geniuses out in the world who could do something as great as Elon Musk, and not to take sides on that, but, just in terms of significance and impact, the idea of someone with a vision for something that they believe can make a positive impact in the world, and that they are really, that they have what it takes to actualize something, and they'll really push towards it. How many of those people are out there that are being kept from it in one way or another, meeting into obstacles that they just don't quite have the skill set to overcome? That might be poverty. If some person that you take from poverty, put them in a different situation, they might succeed at different levels or with different challenges. If that person becomes paralyzed from the waist down, are they the kind of person who can persevere, who can also not only has that greatness in them, but can also persevere through severe disability to still be able to achieve that same greatness? There are definitely people, but they are very, very few and far between. Less than 1 in a million, I would dare to say. People that have that kind of genius can push through all kinds of challenges, and that their heart is in the right place, that they are actually going to use their ability to do something good, and that they, on top of all that, actually are able to be realistic about it, that they, what they're doing is actually beneficial. You take all of those things together, and those people can be so few and far between. So, definitely important in that sense. But, you take it back to the idea that someone's value does not just come down to what they contribute, to what they can accomplish. And you just look at inherent value of a life. Maybe it comes to their inspiration, what it takes for them to thrive. And that all connects back together, because people will feel good when they're accomplishing something that benefits those around them, and even more so a sense of contributing to a greater good. Out of all these things come together. I guess this is just a little bit of an aimless rant. I really had the idea come to mind and wanted to say a few words. So that's what this is. Hopefully this turns the gears for someone. I didn't necessarily have any conclusions here, but I hope it does lead you somewhere, and thanks for tuning in.